Guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to show you how I created my Happy Planner sticker books. Okay guys, so for my Happy Planner books, for my sticker packs, I had a ton of them. And I probably had, I would say probably 25 to 30 books, like packs of the stickers. And when I would sit down to do my planning, and you're at my kitchen table right now, I do have an office and I have a desk and everything, but everything's just kind of scattered out here right now to film this video. But when I had all of these books, it would take me forever to sit down and actually plan. And it was very frustrating to me because of how long it would take me to search for a specific sticker that I knew I had. But if it wasn't like, say, a farmhouse one or, you know, something specific where you can look just in the farmhouse book, if it was something different, then it would just take me forever to get to. So it was very, very frustrating and time consuming, and it would waste a ton of my time, and I would just get super annoyed. So I decided to figure out a different way to organize my stickers, all the materials I used, and then you can see if you can improvise and use different materials as well, because that's what I did. I'm a former homeschooling mom, so I had a ton of this stuff already on hand. So it was easy for me to, use those supplies because I wanted it to cost the least amount of money as possible. The things I was going to say is that I used everything I had on hand to do this. I did buy a couple of things. The first thing I looked for with these sticker books, the first one that I was thinking about doing was the 3-ring binders, and they're like half binders, and they have the 3 rings, and then you get the page protectors and you slide the pages into the page protector. So that was my first step of what I wanted to do. But then as I started adding it up, like I said, I had like 25 to 30 books or so. I'm like, okay, this is nowhere near gonna work. So that was the first thing I wanted to do. I started adding up the prices, and it was gonna be like $60 for me to buy enough to most likely take care of all of this, but probably not fit everything, and then I would have to continue to pay for it with the page protectors. So for me, that was just not an option, because if I'm spending $60 on planning stuff, I want to buy, these goodies, those goodies. I want to buy that kind of stuff. I don't want to spend $60 to just hold my stickers. So I'm like, all right, what can I do with what I have on hand? And I had heard about gluing the pages to cardstock, and I'm like, are you kidding me? There's no way I'm doing that. That's absolutely absurd. Ain't nobody got time for that type of situation. But lo and behold, that's what I did end up doing, because that was the most cost effective for me. So if you want to spend the money and do the page protectors, that might be a cool way to go. But for me, I did not want to spend the money. So what you're going to need to do what I did is planner covers. And these are just classic planner covers. So I took like this one. I had a ton of these on hand. So I just took a bunch of planner covers, and they are, like I said, classic sized, and you can buy them as well in packs of 3, like packs of 6. So you could do 3 books out of a pack. But I just had a bunch on hand already, because I franken-plan and put my planners together into one. So for me, I just happen to have a bunch on hand. The next thing you're going to need are expander rings. And I have a bunch right here. So these are the expander rings that you're gonna want, the huge ones. If you use the classic size, we're gonna be here all day. Like, you're just gonna have 10,000 books, So for me, I used expander size. And I will show you guys a trick of what I did here. Okay, get these ones right here from Joann's. They are normally $19.99. I got them for 50% off, so it would have been $10, and you can make like 7 books, I want to say, out of just this one pack. And then all you have to do is alternate them to make them look rainbow. Now, they do sell the rainbow ones individually at Michael's now as a part of the new release, and I did buy like 2 sets of those. I don't know which ones they were. I did buy like 2 of the packs of these, and they were on sale with the coupons and everything for like $3 a piece. But I realized soon that that was a waste of money, and now I have all these extra ones because I bought the big set once I realized that these books were going to get out of hand. I had no idea how many books that I was going to be making at first, so in order to make them like the ombre, rainbow, whatever, you know, however you want to do them, you can do it this way. So buy this, use it, get it when it's like on not on sale, when it's 20 bucks, and then use a 50% off coupon, 10 bucks. That's what I did. Or you can get them now for $13.99 or whatever. And then I just alternated, or you could just do them single, whatever. There's enough in here for a big planner though, which is 11, and you only need 9. I think I have that number right. So you'll have a couple extras, so then you could put it together to make a whole nother book. So this is really the best deal to start, is to just get those. So you will need expander rings. You will need covers, like I said. You will need these, like just plain folders. They are not pocket folders. They're just regular folders. And you will need, well, this is what I use. So if you did it exactly like I did, this is what you would need. A label maker, the paper cutter, the classic sized hole punch, and these are to make it the arc disc bound, like that is how this hole punch is set up, so that you can punch them. You're gonna need cardstock and some type of glue. This is what I used for my glue, is I just used Elmer's glue because I had like a huge bucket full of these from homeschool. So I bought this like a while ago on clearance for like $6 or something. Always check like Joann's clearance and stuff. So I had this from homeschool, this from homeschool, this from homeschool. You'll need a laminator as well, and laminating pages. Had all those from homeschool. I bought the discs, I had the glue, and I had the folders, and I had the covers. So that's why mine is the way it is because I had all of it on hand. You'll need a ruler as well. The only thing I did buy was my labels for this were on a white backing, and I bought from Amazon the refills that were a clear backing. So I did order that as well. But for the most part, everything we had was on hand. Now I will tell you, I ran out of glue sticks I was like done. I think I was down to like maybe one more book left, or like a couple pages left. So I did run to Michael's and I bought some of this, but do not use this. And I see now that it has 2 stars. I didn't look up the reviews. I'm somebody that like literally reviews everything, but I did not review this tape because I had all the boys with me when I was at Michael's. That can be, you know, a nightmare in itself. So anyway, I just bought this, but it's absolutely horrible. I ended up returning it because the little thing, I don't know if it'll zoom in on here or not, but just like the tape part, like kept peeling and sliding off and breaking. I assume that's what these 8 reviews are, giving it a horrible rating. So this stuff, it was way faster to use this, but I would use a different brand because I only got through maybe like a few swipes of the tape before it started messing up. But it was really, really nice to have that. So if I was buying the adhesive, like if you don't have any adhesive whatsoever, I would buy a tape, just not that brand. So a different brand of the double-sided tape. I know Tombow makes some and other companies make them. So that's what I would do instead of the glue stick. But the glue stick, like I said, free on hand, so that's what I did. So now I'm just gonna show you guys really quick how I did this. And I will also show you all of my categories as well of how I sorted everything. So usually what I'm doing is just kind of keeping it in this little bin from Target. And you can stand them up and put them on your shelf. But what I've been doing just while I've been using it the past few weeks is just doing them like this sideways. And then it helps me like to flip right through them really fast. So like this, you know, you can just go really fast through them. And I will show you guys all the categories so that you can pause and just see how I did it, but you can obviously make up all your own categories as well. So you can see I have a ton of different covers. Oh, and then I had like some randos in here. These are like some old Erin Condrens I had. So I took some of the Happy Planner folders and just popped those in at the back. And then I can put like some loose stickers in there that don't have anything. And really quick, a number one tip I'm going to give you before I forget, because I have a habit of doing that, is when you break your books apart. So you're going to do that first. You're going to break all of your books apart. You just pop them right out of the binding. And then I threw away all the book covers and I had just the pages left. When you have this, you're going to have the film, like it's usually white or clear all the way around every page. Not the sticker, but this clear or white part on the edge. I peeled all of those off. The reason I did it is because when you go like this, you can feel the ridge of the stickers and you can easily peel them off. If you don't do that and you leave them on there, then when you go to take a sticker off, you're gonna be bending and like pulling these a lot, and it's gonna mess up. So when I first started the first few pages, I did not do that. And then I realized like I was starting to just practice with it because I didn't want to get all the way done and then realize, oh, I should have done this. So I started trying to take them off and they're a pain in the butt, basically. So if you just peel that off at the very beginning, then now it's super easy. You can just peel right there, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to waste any stickers, but you just peel it up and it's perfect, or use your tweezers, whatever you're doing, and it Bronx. All right, so what I did first was I broke apart all of the books. So 25, 30 books, like I said, I don't remember the exact count. Broke them all apart and I sorted them out on the table. Well, honey? Yes, that's Mama's recipe book. So I sorted them out on the table into the categories that I thought they would be in. And then, you know, as I was going through, I kind of started changing them, but you just get like a rough draft of what you think the categories are going to be. So for me, I'll tell you my categories first, and then I'll go through and show you exactly how I made them. So we have food, appointments, meal plan, grocery, travel, and fall. So these are not like in any particular order right now. I just kind of threw them into the books because this was a very long project and I was very over it. So I don't have them like all sorted exactly how I want them. Like my most used will probably go in the same ones, but that's where we are for now. Health is the next one. Chores. Budget.
What is this kind?
Those are for radishes. It's a recipe for roasted radishes. So quote boxes. So anything with like quotes on it. Floral spread. So now some of them do say spread, because what I did was for spread stuff is like anything that's themed that would be for that weekly spread. So like this one is floral, so it has some to-do boxes. Trying to help you focus. Okay. Some regular boxes, some like checklists, like whatever it would be on there. But if it's floral themed and it goes in a floral spread, it's under this one. Faith. So all my faith stickers are in there. That's for meatballs, honey. Okay, so write on boxes is another one. And this is for all the boxes you write in. Yep, keto rolls. Okay, so random icons is next. Decorative quotes. So this was random icons. So just these random things like that you would not, you know, like I'm not going to have an emoji area because there's only like a couple of them. So I just did random icons to throw in all the weird stuff. Decorative quotes. So these are all like the quotes that are really pretty, or cursive writing, stuff like that. Colorful boxes, pretty self-explanatory. Hold on, babe, let me finish, okay?
What is this one?
It's chicken and biscuits. Let mommy do this, okay? Florals. So these would be not floral spread, but anything that has to do with like flowers, stuff like that. Symbols and dot markers. So just different things like these. And then there's these emojis in here, which could have went in the other one. Like I said, I was getting tired doing this too. So all these little just random things are under symbols and dot markers. Now I did use clear on here, but sometimes through the laminator, depending on the back color of the folder, it got a little hot and it kind of like looks like it burned it almost, but it is what it is. So work related is anything to do with working. I only have like 2 or 3 of those. Checklists are all of these types of things. Encourage circles, so encouragement circles, like so any circle ones that like say different quotes on them and stuff, or different like way to go, yada yada, stuff like that. To-dos and reminders are anything that say to do. and different reminder things. Then you can go to the next one. Farmhouse spread. So these are all, this is a whole binder of spreads, and then the floral one was the extra one. So if I want to do like a farmhouse spread one week, this is all my farmhouse themed stuff. Watercolor spread. So this is all my watercolor themed pages. Black and white. So it's all of those. Free Spirit was like a Wonderlust, stuff like that. There's a couple of books called Free Spirit. So those are in there. Rose Gold is all of my stuff that has that like ambiance to it, and it's rose gold. Rainbow Spread is everything to do with rainbow type stuff. Bold Color Spread is everything to do with like bold colors and stuff like that. Those are all of those. Then we have banners and washi. So I have all of those in there. And then planning related is all in here. So anything to do with like plan on it, those stickers, stuff like that. Trying to get it to focus. There you go. So anything to do with like planning, habits and goals. So habit trackers, goal trackers, stuff like that. School stuff is anything for my boys that they would use for their school. And I only did what's related to what I'm doing. So like I used to homeschool, so I had a lot of stuff that like lesson plan or whatever, but I did not put those in here because I'm just not going to use them. So it's not going to matter for me. So school stuff for me is everything that I will use for them now that they're in public school. Christmas, so everything Christmas themed, holidays and birthdays, and then summertime. And then normally fall would be in here, like I said, but it's up in the front because I ran out of space fitting them into the books and just haven't rearranged them yet. So those are all of the categories for now. All right, so I'm just gonna show you how it works. You can do it the way I just showed you the flip through, like where you can put them in and just kind of do this. I like to do that at times, or you can put them in like this and turn the pages as well. So what you're gonna need are these folders, cardstock, and then your stickers and a book. And I'm just gonna show you what I did. So if you don't know, with Happy Planner, these punches, you peel them out and you just push them back in. It's super, super easy to work with. So what I'm gonna do is show you on this. So you have the folder, and I already made everything, so I'm not gonna make it for the camera, which I know is annoying, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I did. So just take the folder and you rip it in half, okay, which I will just do because we're pretty much done with these, and my kids can use the extra pieces for other things anyway. So you just take the half with the tab on it. And I rotated the tabs, like you can see, like sometimes they're here, 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 here. They're like in different areas. So you can do that. So you just basically rip them in half. I ripped them because it's a lot faster. So you're gonna measure, and I'm gonna show you with this. I already put a mark on my ruler for what was perfect for me was right there. So if you mark that on your ruler and then you measure out that far, so that's the distance. So when you have this and you have it on the very edge, it's gonna go to that mark every single time. So that's what I did for that. And then the width is 9. So you can see it's 9 inches every single time. So what I did was take this and take a pen. So I'll just use the glue sticks. I don't have a pen right here. So you're gonna mark the 6.5. So I'll just show you, we're gonna pretend this is a pen. So you just mark right here. After you put the 6.5 at the edge, you mark at the bottom, right there. And then you know it's 9 inches long as well, so you mark at the 9 inches. So now here's where you're gonna have to decide where you want your tab. So this one is a middle one, so if I put 9, you can see it's gonna kinda be at the bottom, because your 9-inch mark is like right in here. So this is gonna kind of be at the bottom a little bit. So you're gonna wanna just do them, sometimes start 9 inches from this way, sometimes start 9 inches from this way, either way. So you draw that out, and then you just put it right through your paper cutter. And this is the one I have, and it works totally fine for cutting these, the folders, and it worked totally fine for cutting the cardstock. All of them worked great. So you can do that. And then when you're done, you will have this piece of paper. It looks like this. So what you're gonna do is print out your label and stick it to it before you laminate. So I labeled and put the sticker on and then laminate. After you laminate is when you punch. Now with the Happy Planner punch, it worked as well. It punched through the folder and through the laminate. So you want to laminate first, otherwise, you know, it's going to be pointless. Your punches aren't going to work. So tab, first you cut, then you do the sticker, then you laminate, and on your laminator, let me move this real quick. On your laminator, I used the 5 because of it being thicker. So just turn it on and then push the 5 if this is the laminator you have. So that's all you have to do for that. And then after you laminate it, you put it in to punch it. Now for the punch, what I did with every single one of them is I kept it at the T. So I did not line it up with the line that's right here. I lined it with the T. So I'm just gonna show you. It's like right in front of the T, and then it works. So, and then when you are ready, you just snap it right back in, and it works perfect. Next, I'm just gonna show you for these. Now again, these are cardstock and the stickers, the pages from the Happy Planner books. Again, pulls out, pops in, super easy that way. So you can do it a few different ways. You can go, I just basically put these on here. Like I took the pages and I set them on it so that I could see, and then I left about this much space, but some of them, you'll see, I'll show you here. Some of them have less space. So it doesn't have to be perfect. See how this one is closer to the disc bound area, like the disc holes, whatever, and then this one's a little bit further. So it doesn't have to be anything perfect. You just lay them out, and then I cut them and measure them, and then when I got the guide, I took my paper cutter and I did like a stack of them at once. So I think the most, I mean, I think I did like 3 or 4 at a time of cardstock through the paper cutter, and then you just slide it and it cuts like that. So you can do that, and then again, don't forget to peel the backing off, like I told you, all the extra backing. Now these clear ones are actually, I love the clear stickers, but they are a pain to peel because the stickers, sometimes they're not cut perfectly, and then when you do it, you know, you're peeling up stickers, so you have to like push them down. It is kind of a pain. Whereas these ones here, where it's like the paper stickers, they work a little bit better for that part of it, but it is what it is. You gotta do it to make it a lot easier. If you want, this is what I'm saying, like when you go to fold, see this one, like the edge isn't glued right there, but like when you go to peel these off, if you keep bending these and stuff, you're gonna end up wearing out your book a lot faster. So it is better up front to just peel that off, and then you don't have to bend these pages. You literally just pop up the stickers with your, you know, fingernail, tweezer, whatever you're using to get them. So all you do is flip them over, and I took glue, the glue stick. Again, I used, where'd my pen go? My glue stick pen. All right, now I lost the glue stick. Oh, it fell. Okay, so I took the glue stick and I just rubbed it all over. First, I put it on the cardstock only. So I looked, I did not put it near these edges. I just put it all over the cardstock, and then I stuck the sticker to it. Then you flip it over. I put it all over the cardstock again, but then I also added it, because you'll see there's like a smidge there, like an inch, where there's extra sticker. So you need to have the sticker the back of that page on there. But you also want to match them up as well to make sure that, like, see how the words are, you know, the right way here? Then when you flip it, you want the words to be the right way that way as well. So just be careful, because I do have a few that are, you know, upside down or mixed up or whatever. So just be careful with that. So you just put the glue on, you pat them down. I just pushed them down really hard. And then what I did was I found some weight to stick to it, to stick over it. So, or put on it, I mean. So after I was done with them, you have your page. It's still kind of wet because, you know, it's glue and it hasn't dried yet. So I would just set it down, and then I would use like this thing to put on part of it, you know, the books that I had already done for some weight. Or you could use your hole punch if you were done and set it there. One thing that did make it easier for me was doing a bunch of stuff in steps. So I made a bunch of dividers at once. Then I cut a bunch of sticker pages at once. Then I punched a bunch of sticker pages at once, so that when I got to the gluing, I could do it like assembly line style, like boom, 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 and get a bunch of pages done. Then I could let them all sit, and then I would start cutting more, or, you know, punching more, whatever you needed to do. Once everything was dry, you just pop it right back in, and it just goes right in, and then you have your books. So they are perfect, and they are working out great. And like my first planning session after these were set up was so amazing that it made, I mean, these took me like probably, it was probably over a week to do completely, because, you know, I have kids home and all of that. Right now it's summer vacation, so I could not just do this all day, every day. I mean, I definitely spent hours doing this. I mean, it took a very long time. It's very time consuming, but it was worth it to me to save the money and repurpose what I already had on hand, so that I wasn't spending extra money out of the budget, and I wasn't, you know, all of this was just sitting there anyway, so I just wasted it if I didn't use it. So it was a way for me to use up the supplies that we had, some of the consumable supplies, and it was a way for me to save money and do it. So I opted for just spending the time to do it instead of money and new supplies and all of that. So that's how I did it, and I'm pretty sure that covers everything. I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 books here, and that was out of, like I said, 25 to 30 hardcover, like sticker books. I have about 7 of these, and this is how thick they are. So this is about the max of what you'll want to do, you know. So I do have like one, I think this guy is a little bit thinner maybe. Yeah, this one's a little bit thinner, so like I could probably do, you know, my next book, whenever I buy more sticker books, I'll have to do it again, you know, to finish those up. But I might just pop them into these categories if I already have that, you know, like if it's something that fits into the categories I already have, or I'll make up some new categories if I need to. And then, like I said, if you have those folders, some of the Happy Planner folders, you can put in some, like this one has a couple just randos in it. Like some of the time, I'm trying to think of like an example. Like sometimes you get like these, like in certain kits, you'll get like the pack of stickers where it's like a page of stickers like this. So what I did for those was just fold them in half and put them in there. Like in my Be Happy boxes, I don't see them right here, right this second, but in the Be Happy box, you get sometimes, it's probably in one of these. These ones are Erin Condren's, so they don't really count, you know, they're gonna be different. But okay, like this one. So this is from a Be Happy box that I got. So it's a big page. So I just folded it the best that I could to fit it in there. And then I know that they're in there to use those, because they weren't working, you know, there was really no good way to get them to work on a page one where you could punch it and make it work to where it fit in there. So this is the size, like I said, classic size. and then it works. And there's a little bit at the end, but I mean, if you really look, there's really not, there's like an inch there, but it doesn't really matter, you know, and you could stack them. Like I have a bookshelf in my office where I could stack them that way, but right now I'm just keeping them pretty much this way because, you know, it's just pretty fast to go like this. The other thing I was doing first that I got to, like how I got to this point was I was like, okay, well, why can't I just do the dividers and have them set in the bin, you know? Which you could do that as well. That's another way to save a bunch of time. Like you wouldn't glue these to the cardstock, you would just have them sitting there. But for me, I wanted something that I could like kind of like flip through fast, and the cardstock makes them more sturdy, and then they don't like just, they're not all loose. And like if one of my kids like knock this over, or you know, the cat knocks it off the shelf, or just something crazy happens, then everything's gonna get shoved all together, and that would just drive me crazy. So I wanted to have them attached, and then I know like if I'm planning in the living room or a different room or whatever, and I know, okay, I'm gonna be doing, you know, my main planner for the week or whatever, I'm gonna have health, chores, budget. That pretty much covers everything, so I can just take this book and do it. I don't have to take the whole entire bin and all of that. So hopefully that gives you guys some inspiration on what you could use, and on how I organize my sticker books, and maybe you guys will have some ideas stem from that on how you want to organize your sticker collection to kind of streamline your planning time, because the whole point of planning and getting your life together and all of that is great, but if it takes you like hours and hours on end because you're thumbing through 10,000 books, not these books, but like the sticker books normally, and you're like thumbing through trying to find that one sticker that you have to have or whatever, it just gets super annoying. So it's kind of like the same thing with this. Like I do a recipe book, you know, and I put my recipes in here, and then I laminate them as well, like so that it doesn't, you know, they don't get all gross, so you could like laminate them. But if I wanted like a certain thing, like keto rolls I made, so I wanted like actual rolls or meatballs, and I wanted like the spaghetti, like I would have to like thumb through all of these books to try to find it, and it would just like take me forever. And then like something that should have taken like 5 minutes to write down a recipe and toss it in a book is taking much longer now because I'm thumbing through the food book and it didn't have it, but then, you know, one of the other books would have it, the specific item that I was looking for. So it just made it a lot easier for me to do it that way. And I love it now. It cut my planning time like way down, so I can be way more efficient and have my spreads actually look exactly how I wanted them to look. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more planner videos, keto related videos, natural health videos. All that stuff is, that's all my jams. So those are the kind of videos I like to make. And that's it for today. Bye, guys.
I'll be your inspiration.